So welcome to Peaceful Warrior Yoga, and today's class we are going to focus on feet, and it's not something we often focus on, even though they're extremely integral to our practice. And I'm going to recommend you have some kind of yoga tune-up ball. Could be a tennis ball. It could be harder, like a golf ball, but I'm recommending something that has a little bit of give. Obviously blocks, strap's going to be helpful today for feet. And then take a moment to simply focus on your seat. So if we think about the end points of the limbs, at one end point we have the feet, and at the other end we have the sit bones, the things that we sit on. So they're all connected. So for now, bring your attention to your sit bones, feel your seat, the other end point of the limb. And imagine you can connect those two endpoints throughout the limb. Obviously there's bones and sinew and blood vessels and nerves that connect them. But see if you can connect them visually with your imagination, your mind. Feel this connection from one end of the limb to the other, one end of the leg to the other. And see if you can ignite a little electrical sense, a sense of electrical charge between the sit bone and the foot. So some people suffer from a lack of sensitivity in the feet. They lost touch with the foot. See if you can simulate that connectedness from your foot all the way to the sit bone. And then grabbing a strap, make your way onto your back. And bring your left foot into the strap. Extend both legs, left leg into the air, right leg extended on the mat, and grabbing the strap vigorously, start to floss the bottom of the foot. Bringing some sensation into the nerves, the skin, and the fascia at the bottom of the foot. And then working your strap up to the juncture of the ball and the arch, curl the toes back and create that calf muscle stretch, hamstring stretch, by pulling down on the strap, pulling back on the toes. And then with a lot of resistance pulling against the strap, start to lower the leg towards the floor and back up. So maintaining that dorsiflexion of the foot, the toes curled back, starting to lengthen the back of the leg, the back of the calf, the Achilles, all to help release that foot. And the next time you pull it up, pause once again and simply hold that stretch. And start to pull on the strap in a way that you rotate that limb, that leg, in a circle. It can be a small circle to start with. And notice as it orbits about the hip, the different sensations you pick up. And you might like to give a little more length to the strap in order to create a bigger circle. Until the circle gets a nice big controlled orbit. And then the other way. So continuing the circle, opposite direction. And then we'll bring it into the east-west direction stretch. Picking up the right knee, hug the right knee in towards the ribs and open up that left leg out to the side. And then bring the knees together and open out. So just going east-west here, in and out. Next time they go out, hold that hip opening. Keep curling back on the toes. And bring the knees back together. Release the right leg. Take both ends of the strap into the left hand, and we'll simply bring that left leg right over to the right side, creating that big stretch right up to the sit bone now. So you'll feel that stretch from sit bone to foot, all on the outside of that leg. And then slowly come back, release the strap, and relax. Take some time, some breaths. To simply notice the contrast between the left limb and the right limb. And then strap up the opposite foot, the right foot, and we'll start with flossing, stimulating, warming, rubbing, hydrating the fascia at the bottom of that right foot. See if you can cover as much of the foot as you can. Heel bone, arch, ball. Probably can't get into the toes yet. We'll get into those later. And then working the strap up to where the arch meets the ball, curl the toes back, and then start to lift and lower that leg. And simply becoming aware of the different stretches you feel depending on the leg's location, closer to the head, further from the head. It should be a noticeable difference. The next time you lift up, pause, hold, take time to feel the stretch throughout the limb. Toes curled back. And then begin your circles. I like to start with small circles because even a small circle should be a range of sensations you'll feel as you orbit the leg about the hip. And then you give yourself a little more rope and the circles can grow bigger. And the other direction. Pausing, bending the left knee, grabbing the strap in the right hand. Start to come into east-west, opening the hip, closing the hip. Open and hold. Keep driving out through the heel bone so you get that nice calf muscle stretch. Bring the knees towards each other, releasing the left leg. Keep the strap in the right, and bring it all the way over to the left side now. Feeling that right through from sit bone to foot. Make your way back slowly, releasing the strap and relaxing the leg. Bring a bolster underneath the hips, bending the knees, lift the hips. Elevating both feet into the air now. We'll just work the ankle joint without the weight of the body. So point and flex the feet. With the arms, we'll get these limbs activated as well. Grab the opposite elbows and bring the arms over your head so you feel a big opening in the rib cage as you point and flex the feet. Point, flex, point, flex. And now rotating the ankles, rotating the feet. Building some heat in the feet and the ankles. Other direction. And then windshield wipering the feet out and in. So that should generate quite a lot of heat in the feet. And then bending the knees, reach up, grab the feet into happy baby. And slightly pull down on the left foot. Relax the left and then slightly pull down on the right foot and then relax. So you're oscillating by pulling on one foot and releasing and then the other foot. So you're just opening the hips a little more while in contact with your feet. Use your thumbs to pull back the digits here. Let's get some toe action here. So the thumbs can push and pull on the toes. Pinky toe, toe number 4, middle toe. Just getting the toes activated for the first time while you're in happy baby. You can use your peace fingers for the big toes if you like. Just wiggling them up and down. And then extending the right leg into the air, cross the left ankle over the right knee, grab your ankle, left ankle and left toes, and churn and rotate that left foot with your hands. Your right hand will do the churning, left hand holding the ankle firmly. So it's a passive ankle. And you can churn in both directions, changing directions as many times as you want. So we're not really building heat in the foot here. We're not working the muscle. We're massaging the muscle, really. Now, bending the right knee, flopping the shin, reach down and grab that shin with your hands, pulling back, getting into a nice piriformis release here. Squeeze back. If you can't reach the shin, just put a strap around the shin and hold the strap. Release and change the cross. So your right ankle over the left knee. Hold the ankle and the toes and churn the foot. Churn and turn that right foot. Make sure you hit both directions, clockwise and anti-clockwise. And then bending the knee on this side, you can pull back on the strap. And then we're going to change the cross once again. So you're back to the left ankle over the right, and this time you're going to take your right hand and insert the digits of the right hand in between the toes of the left foot. So your pinky finger will come in between the pinky toe and the fourth toe. Your fourth finger is going to go between the fourth toe and the third toe, and so on. So you're really creating a big split, pushing the toes apart. It might take a little bit to get used to, it might even be painful, but you're creating space between the toes, just simply inserting the hand digits, the fingers, in between as best as you can. You might even do some foot churning while you're there. And then release and change sides. Once again, inserting corresponding digits of hand and feet. With or without the churning, I like to do a bit of churning. So for the last 20 minutes, we've really worked on the feet, ankles, toes, and then release. And coming on down, lift the hips, remove the bolster. Having the feet nice and wide on the mat, start to windshield wipe at the knees from side to side. As the knees come to the right, the left arm goes over the head. And as the knees go to the other side, the opposite arms. So you're creating this backstroke type experience. See if I can coordinate it. And you can turn your head left and right as you go. And the next time the knees come to the right, pause. Roll onto the right side and slowly come up onto all fours. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. And then extend the left leg back and pulse forward and backward with the body weight, creating this battering ram effect. Weight over hands, and then the weight back into the ball of the foot. And then the next time the weight comes forward, lifting that back leg up and then toe tap into the ball of the foot, push back, come forward, lift up, drop, push back, lift, drop, push back. So you're just adding a little bit of leg lift here. The next time you lift up, lift the right hand out, bird dog. Come into some crunches here. And the next time you extend, pause. And if you can, bend the left knee. Sweep that right hand around and capture the foot. And pulling back on the foot. So we get a nice stretch in the top of the foot, all the way through the quad, shin, into the hip flexor. Exhale, release. Extending the right leg back this time, pulsing forwards and backwards. If your hands get tired at all, use blocks under the hands or fists. Use fists instead of open hands. Pulse back, lift up, drop down, pulse back, forward, lift up, drop. Just adding the leg lift. The next time you lift, you can extend left arm and come into your crunch. So bending the elbow, the knee, rounding the back. Extend, bend the right knee, capture the right foot, and we'll stretch out through the top of the foot, through the shin, lifting the knee through the quad into the hip flexor. And then releasing the knees wide. Extend the feet, come into child pose. Once again, getting the top of the feet nicely stretched out here. And coming up onto all fours. Tabletop, knees under hips, hands under shoulders. Rotate elbows, getting that nice rotation through the wrist, not the hands, through the wrist. Curl the toes, lift the knees, push the hips back and walk out your dog. So you're pushing one foot down and then the other, alternating side to side, until you feel the natural inclination of both heels wanting to come down together into your downward dog. And then walk your feet towards your hands, come into a forward fold. Drop the hips, lift the hips. Drop the hips, lift the hips. So the head stays down the whole time, and you're simply pumping those knees. And the next time the legs straighten, walk the hands up the thighs, up the legs, unrolling the spine, coming to your feet. Become aware of your feet, the sensations of the bottoms of your feet on your mat. Explore here. Bring the feet together like your attention. Lift the toes. Feel the arches lift. And then bring the hands to the hips and open the feet hip width distance apart. So your ankles are below your sit bones. Drop the hands, rotate the hands, feel your mountain pose here. Mountain pose with the arms above the head as well. Lift the toes, squeeze the butt, feel the feet. See if you can bring some kind of spread, weight spread into the feet so that the weight is distributed through the foot. There's going to be a natural inclination to have a little more weight at the back. It's where the bones join the ankle. But as you lift the toes, you'll feel the balls of the feet pressing down. Slowly release the hands, hands on hips. Heel toe the feet a little wider, shoulder width apart. And at shoulder width apart, once again, feeling the distribution of weight on the feet. And here, soften the knees and start to swirl the hips. Feeling the weight bear down on the feet in different parts of the orbit. And other direction. Pause, and from here simply rotate the toes outwards. Sumo squat. You might have to bring the heels out a little wider, and keeping that nice straight line, head over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Bend the knees and squat down and come up. Do a little plie. Down and up. Down and up. So once again, bring your attention into the feet. Notice how the distribution of weight changes depending on the position of your torso relative to the ground. goddess arms down. As you come up, rotate the hands downwards into scarecrow. Turn the head to the left and then the right. Bring the head to neutral. Plie, scarecrow, goddess, come up. Hands down, head left, head right. Continue. One more. And release. Grab a ball. Bring the ball onto the ground. And left foot on the ball and just roll the bottom of the foot over the ball. Noticing anywhere there might be sensitivity or pain. Try to cover as much surface area of the bottom of the foot as you can. And then locate the ball into the center of the arch. And with a soft knee, touch the toes down onto the ground and lean the knee over the toes. And then come back up and drop the heel of the foot onto the ground and push the hips back, creating a big stretch through here. So the ball stays in contact with the bottom of the foot between those two positions. Come up, toe tap, knee bends forward, up, heel drops down, hips back, straight leg, getting that hamstring stretch. So a few more of those. And the next time you come up, just notice how that's impacted the bottom of your foot. And then same foot, bring the toes, spread the toes out over the ball. And then find a balance point where you can lift the heel up and drop the heel down. The whole time keeping the toes wrapped around the ball as much as you can. And then release. And once again, notice how your foot has been impacted on this side. And let's go to the other side. Start with rolling as much of the foot as you can over the ball. And then locating the ball on the center of the arch, you're simply going to soften, bring the ball of the foot to the floor, and bring the center of weight over the ball, and then come back And drop the heel of the foot, keeping the legs straight. Push the hips back. And alternating those moves with the ball of the foot pressing into the arch. The ball of the foot, well, I guess it's the ball, just simply the ball. The next time you come up, toe wrap the ball. And then lifting and lowering the heel with the toes wrapped around the ball. And release. Mountain pose with awareness on the feet. So there should be a sense of the feet feeling alive and vital at this point. Grab a strap. Stand your left foot, stand your right foot on the strap. Grab each end of the strap, keeping the strap taut. You're simply going to elevate that right leg up, toes curled back. So just noticing if all this work has helped with your balance. And then lowering. And then lifting. Change feet. Change feet. So right foot, right hand. Left hand can be on hip. You're going to open it up, shorten the rope if you need to, and then open out that right leg to the right. You can bring the left limb out, the left arm, to help counterbalance. And then slowly come back, release, change legs, left arm, left leg, hand on hip to start with, just to find your strap. You can start to open up the limbs in awkward aeroplane. The wings out to the sides. And then slowly release. Release the strap. Find the feet hip width to shoulder width distance apart. Come back to mountain pose and simply notice. And continuing the theme with hip rotation, take the weight into the left leg and rotate the left foot into bonsai tree pose. Heel against ankle. Option to lift the foot into the calf, the standing calf, below the knee. If you're going to press against the knee, make sure the arch is over the knee, not the ball or the heel. Or you can bring the foot above into the thigh above the knee. Finding your full tree pose. Vrikshasana. Exhale, release. Come down slowly. Even if that left foot is on fire, just let it cool down gradually. Let the heat dissipate. Like the heat dissipates into iron when you've heated it up. Making the iron stronger as it resettles and cools. Let's come to the other side, rotating low tree or bonsai. Moving into calf, below the knee. Or you can come above the knee. Once again, finding the foot, the supporting foot, aided with your eyes. Let the eyes become fixed on a non-moving position. And let your breathing support all of this by slowing down. So once again, we're not finding our balance, we're creating our balance. We are the ones making the balance. It's not something we find. It's something we make. Exhale, release. A few sun salutations, lifting the hands up. Exhale, swan dive down. Touch the toes. Let the head dangle. Slide the hands up the shins. Create that nice half pike. And then softening, slight bending in the knees, dangle and touch. Sit back, sit back, sit back. Lift the head, lift the hands. Push up, reverse swan dive. Exhale, hands to the chest in prayer. 5 more in your own time. Taking your time, being aware of the feet on the earth. You can move faster or slower than me. One more. And then hands on hips, heel toe the feet wider apart. Rotate the feet out, keeping that nice straight line. Plie, and then come down into a low Malasana squat. You could sit on a block or two if that feels too uncomfortable for the hips. And then find a block to sit on into a comfortable seated position. And just touch the bottoms of your feet for a moment. Bring the back of the hands onto the thighs, tall spine. Let the head float up. And once again, draw your attention to your sit bones, the contact points on the block. And with the mind's eye, draw imaginary or even felt sense connections to the bottoms of the feet. Electrical, heat, blood flow, whatever you want to visualize. And then feed these limbs from the sit bones to the bottoms of the feet. Feed them with air. So as you breathe in all the way down into the sit bones. It's like your lungs have slipped into your hips, and then exhale, the air pushes out through the limbs into the bottom of the feet. So you draw the air into the hips, into the sit bones. Exhale, this connection all the way down through the legs into the bottom of the feet. Two more big breaths. That last exhale, nourishing the bottoms of the feet. Should bring your hands together at the heart in gratitude for our feet, for our practice, and for our company today. Namaste. Thank you.